Okay. Let me be serious. Let me be serious. Hey y'all, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I am here. Today is what is today? It's November 24th, and I'm finally today recording this recap of my experience at the Black Mental Wellness Conference. It's just been a lot happening ever since then, just busy. And honestly, I'm gonna say I procrastinated a little bit, delayed sitting down and taking the time to do this. So, as you can see, I cut my locks literally 2 weeks ago. I had locks at the conference. I had locks, and it's cool. Like, I'm good. I feel comfortable with my hair short. I actually really love my hair short. And there were more times when I had my locks that I woke up just feeling a little uncomfortable, not really as confident as I usually am. It was always like, okay, do I like how this looks today? Do I not like how this looks today? How am I going to style it the next time? And with my hair like this or bald, which I like also, it's very carefree. I'm like, all right, I know I love my curls. I didn't always love how the locks looked on me, but a lot of people liked it. I enjoyed them. I had a really good time with locks. And who's to say I'll never have locks again? Who knows? Like, I might get locks again in the future, but right now, with what is happening currently and how I feel right now, short is the way to go. I also miss my curls, so it's nice to see them again, touch my curls. About the conference, oh my gosh, what an amazing experience. Whew, I still feel like elated and I still feel this high energy, this empowerment within me from hearing the speakers, from speaking myself. Um, and yes, I wanted to just give a recap. You know, I'm not going to make this long. My dear friend Olat, he came and recorded some content for me while I was there. So I haven't even honestly listened to it because I don't like to replay myself talking. It's just, I don't know. I really don't know. Everyone loves my voice, everyone loves to hear me speak. But when I'm playing it back, I think I'm just very self critical. And I gotta stop being that way. I'm really trying. And even just me being consistent and sharing, my thoughts and myself on this YouTube channel is a step in me going in that direction. Being okay with the sound of my voice, listening to myself, and not being super judgmental or critical, but allowing myself just to hear what I'm saying and, see if there's any improvements that can be made because I'm always trying to be the best version of myself, elevate my mind and be at the highest level of existence that, I can and freedom in myself and in my authenticity. So I got to the conference. I didn't hear the first session, which was presented by the founders of Black Mental Wellness, but I got there for the remaining sessions, and every single session was just beautiful. Like the energy in the space was beautiful between the speakers and the participants, like the guests. You know, going into it, I was like, oh my gosh, these are doctors, these are, therapists, these are people who are college educated. And I am none of those things. Like, I feel as though I'm an expert in my field and what I know and what I, teach to people. It's just not that collegiate level of expertise. And so, again, I was really honored that I was even chosen. And getting getting to the space, I realized like I just really overthought a lot of things. I was like, okay, I'm going to be a representative of myself, but also, keep it professional, kind of business attire. But I mean, there were people in there with dunks on, they had on Jordans, some people were in sweats and they were just like really relaxed. And I was like, man, this is nice. I could have wore, some cargo pants or, some sneakers or something. And seeing so many people just be an authentic representation of themselves. It wasn't like that environment that you can sometimes feel in other settings where it's like, oh, I have to perform or I have to look a certain way or, present a certain way. Everyone was just chilling and it was so beautiful. So, there were different panels. There was like roundtable style sessions, and then there were panel discussions. They had a whole panel it was called Brother to Brother. So each of the speakers were from different areas of, they focus on Black men, specifically mental wellness, but they were in different areas. It was a podcaster, therapist, and that was very nice to hear men's perspectives and what they deal with on a day to day and how they manage their mental wellness. So that was dope. They had a sister to sister panel, which was the same thing where women were able to just speak freely. Like the panel speakers that the Black Mental Wellness Group chose for this conference were very diverse, very well spoken in their fields, very educated in their fields, and just very real. Like it was just a very Black space, very comfortable. It was the freedom. Like it was like, oh, we could use our slang, our terms that we know amongst ourselves, and that was beautiful as well. There was a man that spoke who applied to be a speaker at the conference as part of his dissertation. So he didn't even, think too deeply about actually being chosen. It was like he just knew he was doing this for his dissertation. And he was speaking about not feeling like he belonged there. He was speaking about imposter syndrome. And I was just like, wow, here I am, looking at myself as just a hairstylist or just a cosmetologist, uh, you know, going back and forth, thinking about, did I deserve to be there myself? But you have this person who is college educated, with a degree, with, a therapist, and they were dealing with imposter syndrome. And that was one of the things that many of the speakers talked about battling with. It just made life so real. It made humanity so real to me, that we can all be struggling with the same things a lot of the time. And what is the most important thing is being authentic to who we are and just living in that and representing that in every aspect of our existence, regardless of where we are, because that's all that we truly, truly have is ourselves and our authenticity. When you're a Black person, you deal with a lot of microaggressions, and sometimes it can make you feel like you can't even be your full self. I've done a lot of that in my life, try to perform and people please, and I feel at this big age that I'm at a place where I feel comfortable, like, hey, this is me, like, that's it. And whoever I am for is going to gravitate to me, and whoever I am not for is going to distance themselves from me, or situations, whatever the case may be. What is not for me and in alignment with me, it will not, be able to thrive around me. And I'm fine with that, whatever it is. Back to the conference. Sorry, I went on a little tangent. My panel was called I Am a Disruptor, and it was the closing panel on the conference day. In my head, I'm like, okay, I don't know how many people are actually going to still be around and how engaged they will actually be, even if they are there. I wasn't sure what type of engagement we were going to have on our panel. Each moderator for the panels and the sessions, they had their own kind of vibe, but they were the ones that kind of led the energy of the session. Something that stuck out to me was one of the people on my panel was letting me know that they felt nervous about speaking. And I was just like, man, you're a whole doctor with your own private practice. But then it just made it so clear to me how human we are. I'm saying to this person, like, look, I'm just a hairstylist, like I'm up here and you guys are TEDx speakers and doctors and therapists. But I felt happy that I was able to encourage them, before we got started. And then once we got started, there goes my nerves. I'm looking out at the audience and I'm like, man, I start overthinking, like, oh my gosh, they're bored. Oh my gosh, I forgot everything that I was going to say. Oh no. Like, it was crazy. I felt so confident, and I still feel very confident in all the research that I've done and everything that I know about the topic. I definitely know I fumbled on some words a few times early on in the early part of the panel discussion. So one of the main things was that I was concerned about the time. I know it was late in the day and I didn't want to get too long-winded because I can go on and on about this topic, but I wanted to give enough without just taking up too much time speaking, because again, this is the last panel. It's four of us. We all got to talk about, answer these questions and share information. So I definitely look back on it and I'm like, oh, I wish I would have said this. I wish I would have said that. I wish I would have added a little bit more here. I wish I would have mentioned this. It's okay though. I feel very proud of myself that I even didn't chicken out and just not even go do this thing. But it's so like oh my gosh, I'm telling y'all, like, energy is real. Divinity is real. God is real. When they posted about this and I said I was going to apply, I never once felt like I wasn't going to get it until it got a little closer to the date. Like immediately when I applied and I wrote and I sent in what I wanted to speak about, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so good. And I just started gathering up information. The whole time, like, I knew that I felt confident that this was going to be a moment for me. It wasn't until it got kind of close to, mid-September, and the conference was on November 8th, and I was like, oh, I guess they didn't choose me because this came kind of close. Like, it doesn't seem like I was chosen. But when I got the email, I was like, yes, come on, God. I know this experience has allowed me to feel more confident, and I feel more inspired to speak about the topics and just even continue to share myself, to be consistent here on my YouTube channel so people can know what I'm about, what I'm passionate about, and what I'm doing out here in the world with my life, other than just being, a cosmetologist, and a great one at that, I might say. There was someone that I spoke with after the conference who really gave me some good feedback, and I appreciated that. To have someone come to me and give me good feedback and then also want me to come and speak in another lane with their group, like, I said, okay, God, I see you. Yes. I don't know when I'm gonna get this video posted. I'm telling you that right now. It is November 24th, and I'm gonna try to have this up by Thursday, the 28th. Yes, I'm gonna try to have it up by then. But you know, if life happens, then life just happens, and it gets up when it gets up. But thank y'all once again for tuning in. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to get my little, my spiels. Everybody always has their intro and outro. I don't know. I just be trying to say all the things like and subscribe, share, all of those things. Yeah, but maybe I'll get an intro together, or maybe I won't. Like, maybe I'll just hop on and start talking. Okay, like it's cool. I'm not gonna overthink because come on now. All right, so yes, maybe I'll come up with an intro, or maybe I won't come up with an intro and outro. I don't know, but I appreciate you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.